630i M Sport, and it's a sweet mixture between a 5 Series and a 7 Series. You get the driving pleasure of a 5 Series and the space and luxury of a 7 Series. So let's review it. Let's kick off this video by talking about the exterior design of the 6 GT. And the first thing you notice, it is a pretty looking car. Also, it matches very much to the BMW 5 Series in a good way, but onto the hood you've got your U-shaped cuts on the bonnet to make it look more sleeker. Down there you have your standard BMW kidney grille, which opens and closes on the requirement. The L-shaped DRL does look nice. Also, the bumpers, being an M Sport, gets the sporty touch. Also, being a BMW, there is no fakery around here because these are actually operating vents, and the car from the front does look stunning. Onto the side, and the first thing you notice when you move to the side of the car are these alloy wheels. I really like the design of these wheels. These are BMW M Sport wheel. You have a little badging on the wheel itself. These are 19 inches. And also, being an M Sport, brake caliper is painted blue and has an M Sport badging. On the side you have M Sport badging right here on the front fender. But look what I found. Fake non-functional vents. But from the side you have some lines flowing. The side skirt looks nice, and look, it does have frameless doors as well, which looks pretty cool. And fuel capacity is 68 liters. Let's talk 6 GT. 6 GT was launched in India to compete with A7 and CLS, but CLS is not a direct competitor because this car is way more bigger than a CLS. But this GT was launched in 2022 and the price started from around 82 lakhs and went all the way up to 85-86 lakhs. But now you can get this car for around 55 lakhs to 60 lakhs depending on the year and the condition and the model. Before I move any more further into the video, I've borrowed this car from Revit Autosports. They've got an amazing collection of pre-owned luxury cars both in Delhi and Gurgaon. All the links are in the description below, so guys, check them out. From the behind, the 6 GT gets a completely distinctive look. It neither looks like the 5 Series nor the 7 Series. It looks like a GT is supposed to look. You've got your sloping big window in the back. The lights are big. The car looks like you've given a steroid shot. Coming down below, you've got the classic BMW bumpers, and you've got your BMW badging over there and the model number and GT written in there. The attraction point is your spoiler, which can be electronically operated. Also at the back, there is no fakery going on. You've got real exhaust. Thank you, BMW. Mercedes, take a note. Inside the 6 GT, and it's always a pleasure to sit in the BMW because they never cheap out. And the build quality is sturdy in the car. The materials are nice. It all the way extends to the side of the door, and I especially love this wooden trim with this chrome bit overhead. Just gives the car more elegant look. But the overall look and feel of the interior is nice, and the saying goes, my saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the thing that you notice firstly is that the screen has gotten bigger and better. So thank God for BMW that they've given 3 ways to control the screen. That is your touch, your swivel wheel and your voice command. I am not going to go into voice command because they annoy me. But over here, as you can see, the screen is pretty responsive. The graphics are crisp and it is not laggy at all. Moving on to the driver's display. I've always complained about the driver's display to be on the little bit of dull or the darker side, and the story remains the same. But the digital driver display of an Audi is much more better than a BMW, that's for sure. And that brings me on to the practicality of the 6 GT. Bottle of practicality, and the door bins are nice and wide and fits the bottle of practicality. And the story continues in the back seat as well as the door bins remain nice and wide. Glove box is nice and big and can fit the bottle of practicality. The load lift is pretty easy to take out, and it gets crazier as you get a hydraulic right over there, and it's a special compartment to keep your load lift so it does not take out your boot space. Brilliant. Over here you have your 2 standard cup holders which fits the bottle of Practicality, and the glove box isn't that deep, so it doesn't fit the bottle of Practicality, but you do have a C-type lightning port right over here and a traditional USB port right over here next to the wireless charger. The rear cup holders are separated from the armrest, which gives you a whole armrest and does fit the bottle of Practicality, though they're a little flimsy. If that much storage wasn't enough for you, you get another secret driver's pocket to keep things and forget about. As I mentioned before, the boot space is 610 liters. It's got a wide opening and the boot is pretty big. Also, the load lift is pretty much flat, so taking in or taking out items could be easy. Also, the seats can be folded from over here, from these two buttons, which is kind of a good luxury touch. But other than that, it's a fairly standard boot. You've got some hooks over here. On each side, you've got a 12-volt socket right there, and you have some space under the boot floor. Now, the only drawback of this boot is it comes with a spare wheel, and you don't have an underfloor space to keep it, so it's going to eat up most of your boot, and that's pretty much it about the boot of the 6 GT. If you want us to hook you up with a sweet deal for this GT, hit us on our social below and we'll connect you to the right people to get that deal. Doors open nice and wide, giving you a big opening so that you can sit comfortably, which brings me on to the annoying things of this car, because once you are tucked in, reaching to the door handle is a bit of a difficulty and a challenge. Though the climate controls are easy to operate and have additional buttons, but for some reason BMW has added fan speed in the screen, which is difficult to use while you're driving. Though the digital driver display is nice and crisp, but it is on the dark side and is difficult to use in the day. Though the rear view camera is nice and crisp and you've got sensors all around the car, but they haven't given you a 3D view, which is not good at this price. Windows don't go all the way down, so resting your arm would be the difficult task. Though these frameless doors look cool, but you might have to clean them regularly because people who don't know how to close them will make the windows greasy. Though I'm a big fan of these alloy designs, but the design makes it easy to scrape, so you better watch out. As there is no designated space for a spare wheel under the boot, it's gonna eat up a lot of storage space. 6 GT is fitted with loads of cool features to make up for all the annoying things, and starting with the pulsating lights to make the other drivers better. This has got a 7 series stuck in the back, and you've got 2 infotainments for both the passengers, and they recline as per your convenience. And the 7 series touch continues as you can operate the blinds with a single press of button. And to enhance your luxury experience, it has 2 memory seats and fitted with Herman Kardon as standard. If you want to keep longer items, you don't have to reach all the way to the front. The rear seats can be retracted from the buttons right over here. Brilliant. As soon as you open the door, you're greeted with this lovely BMW exterior footwell lighting, which is nice. I've got an electronically operated spoiler to look cool in public. In the back seat of the 6 GT, and it does feel like the healthy mixture of the 5 series and the 7 series. I mean, look at the space over here. The footwell space is also amazing. The headroom is great. And look at these cushions at the back. You can easily go and take a nap. Also, the seats are reclined at a good angle. The seats also sit above from the ground, so under thigh support is not a question at all. But the main thing I like, the touches at the back. The wooden trim looks nice. The ambient lighting is there, and you've got a plank that says GT, which looks absolutely cool. And also the center of attraction are these mini infotainment screens. I mean, guys, look at them. They're massive and makes it comfort more easy. Also, you've got some under space over here. This car is a 4-zone climate control. As you can see, you have all the controls over here. You can even plug an HDMI port to control and put the displays out here on the screens. And the back seat experience of the 6 GT is really luxurious. And as soon as you put down this armrest, you've got a good position to cruise on. But other than that, you have some hooks over here. You've got vents on the pillars. You've got vents over here. And the back seat is a solid 9. Now that we've covered the whole car, which brings me on to the main thing, the powerhouse of this 630i. So being a 630i and an M Sport, it packs a 2-liter engine which is 4-cylinder and turbocharged, mated with an 8-speed gearbox producing 255 bhp and 400 Newton meters of torque. Also, this engine sounds pretty sweet. Take a listen. Now that we know how she sounds, let's take her out for a spin. Driving the 630i and being a BM, it drives amazing. The seating position is nice, the visibility is good except that back window, but that spoiler in the raised position looks really good. Suspension setup is nice and your throttle and steering are just out of this world. Another thing I noticed and I had made you guys aware about it were the climate controls. This new screen with the fan adjustment, it's difficult to operate while you're driving and you will have to take your eyes off the road because the buttons do not respond back, so you don't know if you're pressing or not. So every time you have to look down the screen to increase or decrease the fan speed, and that's not good, man. While I was sitting in the traffic, I noticed a few drawbacks about the 6 GT. So while this wood trim looks really good, it reflects a lot and can be distracting while driving. Also, you guys might not be able to see it, but this black trim on the dash up ahead, it reflects on the windscreen. And as I was riding on the motorway, there was some bumps on the road, but this car absorbs them brilliantly. It's a good, complete car. The whole setting of the car is just so drivers oriented. You feel engaged all the time when you're driving, even in the comfort mode, even at lower speeds. And mind you, this car has 255 bhp and 400 Newton meters of torque. So let's give it a run for its money. But here we go. Whew. That was a quick 100, guys. Though what I feel, it lacks a little bit of torque. Yes, there is not that jerk where the seat hits you on the back of your head. It's not there, but for sure this car is damn fast. So what's my final verdict on the 630i M Sport? So if you're looking for a car that you want to drive daily and take out on long distance trip, this is the car for you. You should definitely go ahead and buy this because it's got the boot space. Back seat spacing is amazing, the ground clearance is good, the engine is responsive and nice, and it's a fun car to drive. But if you're looking for something more punchy, I think a CLS or an A7 would be a better fit. And of course, there's always the 5 Series in the market. So do consider this car because it drives really well. And if you like the video, drop us a like and tell us in the comments below which one would you pick, the 6 GT, the CLS or the A7 Sportsback. See you in the next video.